Good day, everyone. Welcome once again to our today's class. I am Empress Thelma E. with the Anointed Teacher, as you all know. I am the lead consultant for School Support Initiative, a transformation center for individuals or children with learning difficulty, where we help turn the academic difficulties into academic possibilities. Now, today's topic, we'll be talking about OG approach. OG approach is known as Orton Gillingham approach. And what is Orton Gillingham approach? Orton Gillingham approach is a powerful instructional approach to teach a child reading and spelling using 7 key features. It's what? A powerful instructional approach to teach children how to read and spell using just 7 key features. Now, Orton Gillingham approach is also a certified course, just like Montessori, for those who want to teach a child how to read better. For those who want to handle children with dyslexia, you can go for Orton Gillingham approach, or you can use Orton Gillingham approach. Now, what are the 7 key features? The first one is multisensory. And what is multisensory? Multisensory is when you teach using an instructional material, using aids that help a child connect with all their sense organs. They help them connect with all their sense organs, and that also teach a child using all learning style. For example, a Montessori approach has to do with hearing, seeing, feeling, both movement, all at the same time. For example, jollyphonics, like I always mention, jollyphonics, when they want to teach a sound, is a sound. This is a movement. Then they get to see interesting pictures, colorful pictures, catchy pictures. That is a multisensory approach to reading. Now, not the multisensory. This lesson involves all the major pathways to the brain: visual, auditory, tactile. Those that love reading and writing, and kinesthetic. Feel, they touch, they feel it. Now, that is the first one, multisensory approach. Then the second one is sequential approach. And what is sequential approach? Sequential is where your class has to follow a pattern. Like I said in our last class, when I talked about patterning, where we have to follow a method. It has to increase. Not that you pick one today, you just randomly pick another one. There's no random teaching. It has a sequence. Okay, first you teach your diagraphs, you teach your trigraphs, you teach the blends, you teach your flaws, and you teach the rule welded sound. What are the rule welded sound? Rule welded sound are also the sound we call the glute sound. I hope you get that. Then now the concept are taught in a logical, well-planned sequence. For example, you're teaching a child ag today. Tomorrow you teach a child bag, which has all as the ag. Then next morning you teach a child a bag. Then next one you teach a child tag the bag. Those are sequential. The sounds are following each other. The works are talking about what the child has to learn, but adding just one thing to it. Now, a wonderful TV station or channel that talks about or that deals with this topic very well, or that can give you an idea of what you have to do while working on a sequential approach, is Word on PBS Kids. Word on PBS Kids. Now, number 3 is incremental approach. What is incremental approach? Where each lesson is carefully built on the previous one. How is it built? For example, like I said, we have tag the bag, right? Now, maybe this week you're now teaching the art sound. Now you can say the cat is in the bag. This week is cat. Last week is bag. So there is you're talking about the former one while still using the previous the recent one. Why? Because most children, especially those with learning difficulty, by the time you talk about the previous one and then you talk about the recent one and let go of the previous one, they've forgotten what you taught previously, which makes it look as if the child is not learning at all. It is not that. It's just that their brain is wired to accept or to take in some certain things at a particular time. So if you let go of the last class and you just deal with the recent one, they would forget the previous class. So you keep infusing the previous class into the new class, keep infusing the previous class into the new class. So it helps them retain what they've learned before. Now, the fourth one is cumulative. And what is cumulative? It is a constant and consistent review of previously taught concepts. Is a constant and consistent review of previously taught concepts. That is also what we use in incremental. So incremental and cumulative goes hand in hand. incremental and cumulative goes hand in hand. For example, you're teaching weather, and last week you taught water. Now you can pick it that okay, water also there's rain is weather. Rain that you taught last week about how you sources of water, you teach it this week that it's weather. So we keep remembering that okay, they learned about sources of water last week. I hope you understand that is cumulative. You're accumulating everything. And the fifth one is an individualized approach. And what is individualized approach? Individualized approach is when you're attending to the unique needs of each child. Unique needs of each child. For example, in your class, you might generally be teaching, let me use again, water, teach source of water and all that. And the thing is, you want the children to copy a note. And this child is dysgraphia. Now, because the child will be able to copy a lot of notes, you use fill in the blanks for the child. That's why others are copying the long notes. That is individualized approach. Now, for those that can't spell words, maybe you're dealing with cat, bat, and this is that a child with dyslexia might not pick in loads of words at the same time. You might teach that child to just write only 2, while others are writing 10 to 8. That is individualized approach. Now, not that you would teach the child generally, because accommodation and modification. Accommodation means that the child should learn what everybody is learning already. But while writing or while attending the child individualized plan, you work on what the child can take at that moment to make the class effective. That's even then. The sixth one is based on phonograms. Based on phonograms is what I term the Bob class. Based on phonograms is where English is simplified by teaching letters and letters combination known as phonograms. This is where English is simplified by teaching letters and letters combination. Where you teach the A and where you teach your sounds together. So you teach them, okay, A sounds R. So when they see R, when they see words in capital letter, they can associate it that, okay, this is what it sounds, even though I am seeing this letter. That is where you do based on phonograms. You teach a child to identify both letter and sounds and being able to associate them. So if a child sees a word in capital letter, the child can still recognize that there is a sound in that letter. And the child can also know that, okay, the name of this sound is, if he sees a small letter, okay, the name of this sound is A. So that when you write A-N-T, the child will be confused. When you write A-N-T capital letter, the child will be saying A-N-T. And won't be able to blend it because the child is used to sound blending. And when the child now sees A-N-T, and you're saying write A, the child will be looking at where's the A in this A-N-T. So you have to make your child understand. And this is based on programs helps us to teach children to be able to identify the letters and the sounds. Now the last one is being explicit. What is being explicit is teaching the child exactly what they need to know in a clear and straightforward manner. Now in some schools they want to teach about water animals, and next thing they will do, they first define water. They will define animal. From there they will define different types of animals. They will define ones you see in the water. They will define fish. They mention no. For children that have learning difficulty, it won't work. So what do? You want to teach water animal. Just bring out a bowl of water, show them this is water. As straightforward as that. You don't have to go all around because they will forget the most important thing you want them to gain. Now you've taught your water. After teaching the water, what do you do next? You find toys, rubber toys of water animals, throw it in the water. By the time they see it, that is visual. When they keep touching it, putting it into the water, that is kinesthetic. Auditory is when they are hearing you make the sounds of those water animals, like the fish just does clock, clock, clock. That is the sound. That's how you teach them. That is the explicit way. So when you're done, you just mention water animals that lives in the water. You might just pick 3 and you're done. So they are the ones that will keep giving you more and more. So you might pick 3 a day, 3 the next day. See, one thing is at schools, by the time, because of timetable, they teach some subjects only twice in a week. That's how it's supposed to be. Now your major work should be, okay, math and English, fine. But when you're teaching any other thing, make sure that there's a repetition of every topic daily. For example, you're teaching water animals, that you have the topic just once a week doesn't mean you have to teach it once a week. How do you expect a child to understand or to remember that this is what I learned this week? What do? You repeat it every day, like it might be even in a fun way. The child comes in class, you say, water animal, mention 2 water animal before you come into my class. It's a play. So when the child mentions, the child pass, gives you high 5. That is fun. Now, if a child, maybe during leisure time or maybe short break, you say, okay, now before you go and pick your snacks, tell me one water animal. You're not writing it again. You're not standing up to teach it again. But teaching is still taking place. That is what teacher needs to learn. Teaching takes place at every point in time. Child wants to go to the toilet. You say, before you go to the toilet, tell me what time before can I go to the toilet. The child will tell you. So if the child can't remember, you mention it and let the child go. When the child comes back, before I come to my class, tell me what time I told before. Repetition. You understand? So we'll go through it again. Number 1, multisensory. Number 2, sequential. Number 3, incremental. Number 4, cumulative. Number 5, individualized. Number 2, based on phonograms. Number 3, explicit. Number 1, multisensory. Number 2, sequential. Number 3, incremental. Number 4, cumulative. Number 5, individualized. Number 6, based on phonograms. And number 7, explicit. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Till I see you again next time. Thank you for watching. I remain Empress Thelma Igwe, the anointed teacher. Till I see you again. Bye.